Good morning. So I guess we're doing something a little different today. I haven't done any readings for a really long time. Personal shit. But anyways, I definitely wanted to go back to the house and grab my cards, but for some reason, it's like there's like a massive message that like a collective message that wanted to come out, and cards sometimes are a really good tool to help you ground what you're saying, and sometimes you just need 2 feet in the dirt, which is what I'm doing now. Sometimes you just need to trust your intuition and let whatever comes out. Some people like to see cards for confirmation, and honestly, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and that's fine. I was getting some stuff about Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, the moon, and I was getting a little bit about Venus. I don't really pay attention that much with the transits anymore, but it seems like there is some sort of energy between Mercury and Venus. Maybe not specifically those, but maybe just the energy of that and the moon and Venus. So your emotions and love are both kind of tugging back and forth, and Mercury and Venus could be a mishap with the communication, especially if you already have confusions between the emotion and the mind and love and what your version of love is. So there's so much energy that's been, I don't even know how to explain it. It feels like there's a slowdown with energy, or the fact that it's sped up so fast that it feels like you're getting whiplash. Not really sure what's responsible for that. We do have a lot of stuff going on right now in the world. There's definitely a massive need to, as always, hydrate and open the heart chakra back up, because we're born as heart-based individuals and not mind-based individuals. Depending on what, also, quick thing, be mindful of your thoughts and the people you allow into your thought space. This could be thoughts that you're having of other people, or any information that you may be giving to other people. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have ill will, but sometimes when you get people mixed up into what's going on, their energy is now honed into the experience that you are living, which obviously energy has to go somewhere. So if somebody has directed energy towards you, towards a situation, just be mindful of that. It seems like there's a massive hermit mode going on, which would make sense because we are in the season of Scorpio at this point, and Scorpio is all about the death process. There may be some sexual frustrations also coming out because Scorpio also does rule sex. But it also does seem that, like with the death process, there's many things that go with it. And it's almost like that feeling of when you plant something underneath the soil and it needs time to unfurl. Like the stem needs a chance to unfurl and come out of the seed. And it seems like there is a negligence to allow that to happen because of outside pressures. This could also be the pressures of the mind, because I'm getting this Geminian energy at the point of overactive thinking, overactive thinking definitely can spoil your experience, and coming from me, sometimes we have a hard time experiencing the experience. We can create. It seems like there's a tug of war between creating, like what do you want to create, being stuck on that, or fearing that you will not be able to create this thing. And then there is this energy of laying down, playing dead, like a dog. Like, I don't know what's going on, like you don't have control over what's happening. Don't let those thoughts consume you at this point. It is very important to try to ground yourself as much as possible right now. There's a need to come back to your innermost knowings, the things that make you feel confident in who you are as an individual. I also was hearing on my walk over to the park that there is this feeling of lack of abundance. Like there is a honed in focus of what is going on, rather than what is, okay, it's kind of hard to explain, than what is happening. And what I mean by that is like what's going wrong, rather than what is happening and what is soon yet to happen. It seems like there is something very important on a global scale. I also just heard genetics, so there may be some like weird downloads or some dreams that are trying to pull out certain thought processes for you to look at in a different light. It seems like there is definitely a lot going on in the dream realm right now, so I would be mindful of those dreams and allow whatever thoughts need to transpire and branch out from those dream spaces to happen. It may take a little bit more of sitting in the bed each morning, wiggle your toes when you wake up and just kind of sit there with it. Don't overthink it. Don't judge the thoughts that come from the dreams. There are definitely messages coming through in the dream realm right now. It's funny because it's like, yeah, I'm about to pull out my cards, but a lot of information. So there's a need to work on breath work at this point. When you were feeling overwhelmed, there may be a feeling of exhaustion, and I feel that this is mainly something that the collective is doing to themselves with overthinking, because the thing about the death process is, like, it's ruled by Scorpio, and Scorpio goes deep, and always continues to go deep, deeper and deeper and deeper. There is a point where you have to stop going deeper. You know what I mean? There's a point where you have to accept what is going on. Because overthinking is going to cause a mass confusion. And it's not just a confusion for you, it's the others around you. So when you allow the brain to rule everything that you are experiencing, good and bad, anything in your field is going to feel that energy too, because like I said, energy does have to go somewhere. There's a need to let these thoughts take flight, right? The ones that serve you, keep check of those. The ones that don't, get rid of them. It's weird because it seems like this is definitely a completely different realm of genetic downloads. You could be having a lot of reminiscent moments, and that makes sense with the death process that is going on with Scorpio. I think we just experienced a new moon, I'm pretty sure, and there's definitely a big need to welcome in what is coming in. I'm not exactly sure as to what is coming in, but I do know that it is of mass abundance if you allow it to be resonant with your frequency. It's also a time to be mindful of your your frequency and the resonance that you allow in, because you are creating a new branch. When the death process takes place, obviously there's a need to feel the death process. There is also, I'm getting for sure, there's more of a need to play right now and be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to dance, move, physically move the energy out. Something that is a reoccurring thing for me is normally when I use the restroom, I use that as an opportunity to think of the things that I'm releasing that aren't resonant with me. You can speak things, think things into existence. So you can use something as simple as going pee as a spiritual experience. There's definitely a need to cleanse the energy right now. But like what I was saying, sorry, I'm in the sun, and normally when I'm in the sun, I'm not sorry, but anyways, when I'm in the sun, normally a lot of stuff comes out. So with the death process, there's a point to allow it to feel, for you to feel it, right? And sometimes we get so stuck on the emotions of this death process, whatever it is. It could be a death process of who you were, or who you thought you were, your environment. It could be many, many things. Things that just don't resonate with you, things that don't bring you joy on a daily basis. Allowing those things to fall away. So like you can, obviously you feel through your emotions for a point. Also, as I said that, 11:38, so 11:11. Allow those things to dissipate. And it's easier said than done because energy doesn't just die off. So it's up to you to transmute that energy and allow yourself to rewire into something else. Because typically humans, with how fast we live our world and how we do not allow ourselves to feel experiences like we should, as often as we should, we forget to enjoy things. And we are also people who kind of are void fillers by human nature. It's something that we're taught. It's just go, 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 do, 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 do. And definitely quarantine for many people has taught them to relax a little bit, the people who have been experiencing it for a long time. So there's this massive, there's so much going out. There's a massive need to balance the willpower, your willpower, glorify your willpower. And when I say glorify, like, I'm sure the definition is something like enhancing it more than what it is, but allow it to, when I say glorify, it's your willpower is much more strong than many have been giving it credit for. So we are innately creators because we have hands, we have a mouth, we have 2 eyeballs, we have 2 feet, we can walk anywhere, we create anything, say anything, see what we wish to see. There's a time to re-advert your vision by creating your vision, if that makes sense. Creating a new vision. Because with the death process, we feel it for so long, but if you get stuck in it, you get stuck in it. And it's not a fun place to be because you're feeling the same thing over and over and over and over again, which toxifies your experience because you're not allowing new things in. So as void fillers as we are, people who use substances, people who use overworking or distracting themselves from sitting with whatever, which, you know what, I do it a lot, for sure. Somebody definitely felt attacked when I said that. There's a need to come back into your voice, fall into your voice, because it seems like the voice that you are falling into is a voice that you have not exercised yet, that it's been a fragment of yourself that you have oppressed, repressed due to trauma, due to old programming, due to fear of what people think or what people say, what people feel about it. That is not your prerogative. That is their experience, not yours. So it is time to experience your experience and not allow others to dictate your experience. So as void setters, we were feeling these feelings of emptiness or loneliness or cyclicness, like kind of like a merry-go-round. and even for some, maybe not feeling worthy enough to feel as well as feel experiences. There's been a sense of guilt and shame. Guilt. There was a word that came in just now. It seems that someone has built a very large tower around themselves out of the idea of protecting themselves. And in doing so, they have blocked themselves out of a whole entire experience that is meant for them, that has already been written by themselves in a contract in the stars. I feel that stargazing is going to help someone in the very near future. I also feel that someone is going to be getting a little bit more heavy into astrology than they normally do, to kind of understand the waves a little bit better. Because the thing about this life, I keep detracting from the death process, but it's okay. The thing about this life is, it can feel like chaos and everything else, and even chaos has rhythm. For example, like there's a band that I really, really enjoy. They're called Moonhooch, and it sounds like a lot of chaos, but there's so much rhythm to it. But anyways, back to the death process. There is a need to allow things to happen, allow yourself to mourn them, and as void fillers, as creators, sometimes it's an addictive tendency to fill the void. Keep in mind to definitely enjoy your experience at this point, because there are things that are trying to be shown to you. I'm also getting extreme lavender, so there's going to be some crown chakra opening, which may be alarming to the degree that it's happening, because it seems like a fast forward. There also seems like a massive heart opening that is connecting the solar plexus with the heart. So I'm getting this energy of alignment with your crown, with your thoughts, and your heart space, your willpower, part of the lower chakra system, right? The solar plexus, and your light pillar, to allow your thoughts to come into alignment with how you feel and what you wish to create. And this will definitely be assisting you at this point. Amethyst will definitely help you at this point. And I'm also hearing green aventurine, if any of you guys have it. The thing about crystals as well is, if you've ever worked with a crystal, and let's say, for example, me, like I've moved. I don't have a lot of my crystals with me. When you have worked with a specific kind of crystal, you can call on the energy of that crystal at that point, because there is an energetic blueprint that crystal has been with you at a point. And crystals just enhance, they intensify, traits that already exist within you. Be mindful of the energy that you're putting out at this time. Yes, there's a degree where, people receive things a certain way and that is their experience, but just be very, very mindful of the words you say at this point, as well as the things that you are putting out there, like thoughts. I'm getting that it's time to go back to the drawing board, rewriting your blueprint. Sometimes when energy is like, it seems like everything has gotten very speed uppy. Sometimes when that happens, it's like almost like you have all these layers of your timelines that are shaking so much, kind of like an earthquake, right? That's probably why I was feeling a lot of earthquakes last year, on top of everything that we're physically getting this year. But there's so many things that are rerouting, new paths that are being created for us, as well as old foundations that are being knocked out from underneath us, including your thought process, your belief system, default programming, faulty lines in your programming, that were never meant to be there, that actually do not exist, but are a Hughes. Something that has massively affected your voice. Things that you have been taught, things that you've adopted as your voice are now falling away, and there may be a panicking of who you are, which would make sense with the death process that we are all collectively going through. This one seems a little bit more intense than the typical Scorpio season for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure of all of the transits. There's definitely messages coming in about what resonates with you when it comes to magic. Your magic may be a little, it may be developing in a different way. So like, let's say you typically work with herbs. It may be something completely different that you need to utilize at this point. So you may work with herbs or water, and at this point, maybe fire might resonate with you. Fire, I think, may be resonating with a lot of people at this point because it's burning away thoughts of the past. It's burning away any excess energy that you are not, that the subconscious is dumping out there in a toxic manner. Be mindful of your intentions when you light your candles if you are doing candle work. Remember, everything is all intentions. You don't have to go crazy with all the research, everything else, but you can incorporate other types of magic with other types of magic. So like, for example, you could take a bath with a candle. You can light a candle surrounded by water and decorate it with herbs and everything else. I'm not really necessarily sure okay. So I feel that cinnamon may help at this point for grounding, because it is, when I think of cinnamon, I definitely think it's something along the lines of helping you ground, as well as bringing in the sweet things in your life. If that resonates, it resonates. It doesn't. But what I was saying about the plates, sometimes they move so quickly that it's almost like there's a slowdown energy, because there is a point where if, let's say, you have 8 of them going at once, there's still at least a pyramid. Oh, that's interesting. I'm getting the visualization of many, many plates moving at once. 23, so you are coming into an ending. And there's a lot of mental battle going on right now, because I'm definitely getting like a 5 of Swords energy, where you feel like you are like your brain is defeating itself, and maybe you may not be realizing that it's actually your brain souring a situation. But anyways, I'm getting like these 8 plates, and the top one's moving faster. It's shaking faster. So what we are experiencing now, the more like 3D, whatever realm you're in, whatever, the one that you are in now is kind of getting shaken up, and the other ones are moving a little less, but it's almost like there's this pyramid of the things that are falling away, and it's bringing you back to who you are. So there is a pyramid of alignment that is going on beneath this tectonic plate shift that is happening. It's very interesting. I'm getting this visualization of just a light beam in the pyramid coming down. I think that the color green, no, I know that the color green will be helping you out a lot during this transit. If you are feeling some type of way, whatever, get yourself around some green. Help open up the heart chakra, because we are heart-based individuals who are all coming back to what we need to come back to at this point. I feel a lot of things that are out of alignment right now with certain individuals. And I think those things have become very, very apparent. But it's almost like there's some individuals allowing the death process to happen. They're kind of in like the eye of the storm, and then there are other individuals clutching on to sweet nothings, or old connections, old dynamics that served you at a point for comfort, but do not any longer. Seems like there's definitely a difficulty between when it's time to feel and when it's time to when it's time to experience. But the advice that's being given with that is with any experience, you're going to feel. It's time to stop judging the feelings and understanding that you are not your feelings, that they are meant to be fluid. So with these yucky thoughts that you are having, it is time to observe them from a distance and not adopt them as completely your own, because some of our thought processes have detracted from our experience. Any of my more woo-woo friends, like, you may be getting a lot more light codes than normal. Somebody's being very, very stubborn at this point. This may be somebody in your field, and that is the experience that they are choosing to feel at this time. This does not mean to get bogged down by this this individual's experience, or it could be, it definitely feels like a individual. I'm getting something about church as well. Finding your sense of community again. Doesn't necessarily mean a physical church. Getting something about communion as well, which I don't know if that's still happening during quarantine, but it doesn't seem like an actual physical communion that you were taking. It is more of a coming back to who you are by allowing you to give yourself the experience rather than allowing others to dictate your experience. Sometimes we adopt things around us because they are in our environment. Sometimes there is a need to deflect energy, and it doesn't necessarily mean that as long as you are not doing it out of haste, that's all that matters. Because I'm hearing haste makes waste. So this individual is meant to be in your I'm also getting it's a company as well. For some, is meant to be in your path at this time to teach you how to deflect energy that is not yours. Ooh, yep. Okay. some of you may be having quite a few energy vampires around you at this point. Definitely Onyx will help you with that. Smell. Sense of smell. Sense of smell. Okay. Sense of smell. I don't know where that was going. It felt like, trying to think. An animal that uses sense of smell. Anyways, I don't know where that was going. I don't know. So, there's a time right now, or a time very soon, to connect with Venus. If you work with gods, goddesses, you can do it that way, or you can connect with the planet's energy. Sometimes, I'm pretty sure planets and chakras and things like that, they all have like herbs that resonate with them or stones that resonate with them. But what I'm mainly feeling with Venus is the need to allow yourself to feel good, as well as allow yourself to not kind of like adopting a little bit more of the Taurus energy, which is allowing yourself to feel good, not too much overindulgence, but allowing yourself to indulge in life's experiences and in your life purpose. I am feeling that there's going to be I'm getting this visualization of a freeway, of a straight drive, just a highway drive, a straight drive. Things are going to be clear very, very soon, and I feel that many people are already feeling this energy, but they are too caught up in the cyclicness of whatever the hell's going on. A straight drive to your abundance, the abundance that is actually meant for you, if you will allow it, and to stop trying to control the outcome of whatever this is, because I do feel many of my intuitive friends are feeling this at this point. There's a time to swoop in, there's a time to see things for what they are, and it seems that there is a very restless energy to try to swoop in when it's time to just relax and observe. A product of observation. So when, I don't know, like, you might be able to use this in the terms of science or whatever, but when you are observing something, you need to allow any preconceived notions, opinions, things like that to fall away for you to observe silently. As these plates are shifting, there may be a mass confusion as to who you are at this point, and that is okay. It's okay to kind of be in this point of not knowing what is going on. I think everybody's experiencing that with quarantine. Hey, baby. So there may be a lot more chit chatter upstairs in the head as to what's going on, and it's not necessarily something that we need to know all the time. But with the death process, you feel it, you mourn it, you allow the things to fall away, and then you take new things in, because when we're supposed to be beings of balance, interpretation. Be mindful of how you're interpreting things at this point. Be extremely mindful of that. And also be mindful of your interpretation of people's preconceived notions at this point. I do feel that there are some yucky energies around you at this point, around everyone, and these connections are falling away. Some people like to see you stuck in a same cycle. Some people want to help you out of it. Some people, there's a time to know when it's your time to be there, and when it's your time to allow that person to feel whatever they need to feel through. Everybody's feeling through this death energy. Do not forget to feel through yours. Allow the emotions to flow, but understand that that's the thing, is when you allow emotions to flow, you release them at that point. Don't bottle them up at this point. Allow them to create the finite details of your foundation by smoothing them out via water, via crying, via baths, via whatever it is with water. And you are going to be needing to use your fire, right? Your fire to forge your new beginning of your foundation. It seems like the bottom of the foundation that you are choosing to create at this time is going to take a lot of fire. A lot of willpower. And I feel a lot of people are fearing whether they have it in them to create this new foundation. Now, there's like this quote, right? There's a quote that is along the lines of a candle never dies if it lights the candles of many. And this is true. I'm also hearing, be mindful of how you are lighting other people's candles. But anyways, roses, thorns, so many people love roses, and just about everybody who loves roses, have received roses, bought roses, has been pricked by a rose, right? If you allow yourself to continuously be scared of, I'm also hearing scared of the voidal space you create. Interesting. You will never have the ample amount of space for you to create what it is you need to create. We all need time to detract and to go. It's weird because I'm feeling hermit energy, but I'm not. It's like feeling hermit energy, but hermit energy in the space of regathering your thoughts as to what you wish to create at this point. Like a new realization that it's important for you to really actually sit truthfully with yourself as to the things that you wish to create. Writing will definitely help a lot of people right now. Be mindful of how you write things, and make sure that you end your journal entries on a positive note, right? Like if you need to, like, just be mindful of how you word things. Like You can say that you feel things at certain times. Don't, like, what I'm saying is, when you write things, don't write them into forever existence. If you're feeling like yucky and you don't want it to be solidified into your whatever, especially my scribe writers, my scribehood people, using pencil will be more of a fruitful experience for you to be able to write something that is not of such permanence. Blue ink definitely helps me when I want to write something into existence, or allow myself to feel my full voice and realize the power of my own voice. You tend to write things a little bit more honestly with yourself when you have blue around you, because it resonates with the throat chakra. I've been getting this for a couple weeks or a week or so. Sometimes writing in red will help you ground certain things that it may help ground your voice. You could always get like a red journal, right? And write in blue in it, for the things that you wish to ground into reality. Like, not a journal of grounding what you were feeling at the point. I feel that emotionally charged journal entries are, me personally, are meant to be written in pencil, right? It's just taking inventory of who you innately are and allowing yourself to rewrite your existence, because you can rewrite your script. I feel that there are going to be some people working with grid work at this point. There is a need to get rid of any excess energy in a healthy manner, rather than spew it all out in the wrong ways. Not that there are right and wrong, but anything that's detrimental to you, like acting out of old behavior or things like that, random hookups, drug usage, things like that, freaking out. Instead of those things, find things that can help you transmute the energy by you allowing yourself to release it in a healthy manner. That could be running, it could be boxing, it seems like whatever this is needs to be a little bit more of a grounded situation, because not every emotion is needed to be thought about constantly. Sometimes you just need to release it in a physical manner. I was saying motion. Keep your souls into the earth at this time. You are exactly everywhere you need to be right now. Allow yourself to be happy, and there's just a very big need to allow yourself to properly feel through your emotions, and also understand that there are strength in your emotions, that sometimes being vulnerable does not mean that you are weak. Having a big heart of love does not make you weak, because love is what we innately are. Anyways, I shall let you guys go right now, and I'm going to enjoy the greenery around me and all the little birds. But there you are. Hopefully I get back on here at some point with something like this. It does feel like there's going to be another video that needs to be made soon. I don't know if I'll be bringing my cards out or not. Sometimes cards do detract from the message, because they can only provide so much of a foundation for the things that need to be said. Get in the sun, man. Get in the sun. Keep up on your vitamins. Keep your nutrients good. You got to connect the mind, body, and spirit. Taking care of one helps others, and those will follow behind. I will catch you guys later. Love you guys.